don't expect to eat apple pie. In the case of the first sentence, Sima, it's possible to get apple pies. In the case of Jim, forget it, no apple pie. Why? Because he doesn't have apples. He can't make apple pies. The situation is what? Impossible, contrary to fact. Sentence number 3. If I had enough apples, I baked an apple pie yesterday. For yesterday, now, look at this. If I had enough apples, the question is this: did I have enough apples yesterday? The answer is what? No, I did not. So nothing happened. I would have baked an apple pie yesterday. I would have baked means what? I did not bake. Why? Because I did not have enough apples. If I had enough apple pies, I would have baked apple. I did not bake. So again, these 3 sentences shows you a possible situation in the future, tomorrow, an impossible situation for now. If Jim had apples, he would bake apple pies. Nothing is going to happen. And then what? The third situation, that I did not have apple pie and I did not make it, so I would have baked it. So look at this. If somebody says, I would have done this, I would have gone somewhere, it means what? That thing did not happen. That thing was impossible. Nothing happened. Nothing took place. Sentence number 4. If I go to a movie tonight, I would watch a Persian movie. If I go to a movie tonight, I would watch a Persian movie. Now, look at the second part of the sentence. Now I deleted the first part, and you need to look at the second part of the sentence. I would watch a Persian movie. The question is this: am I going to go to the movie tonight or not? Look at this verb, I would watch. Look at sentence number 2. If Jim had enough apples, he would bake an apple pie. Is he going to bake an apple pie? Of course not, because he doesn't have enough apples. So in the same thing in sentence number 4, I would watch a Persian movie means what? I'm not going to watch a Persian movie. Why? Because I'm not going to go to the movies. So I would say what? If I went to a movie tonight. See, use past tense for future time. Because I know that after I finish this show, I go directly home and prepare for my classes for tomorrow. I can't go to a movie. I know this for a fact. So that's why I say what? If I went to a movie tonight, because I know I'm not going to go to a movie tonight. So I use past tense. So when you talk to people or people talk to you, you need to listen very carefully to see which tense they use, if they use an F in the sentence. So if they use past tense, it means what? They're talking about an impossible situation. If they use present tense, it means what? The situation can happen. And if you use past perfect tense, it means what? Nothing happened. Sentence number 5. If I be you, I would go to college every day. So be means the to be verbs. Is, am, are, was, were. If I be you, I would go to college every day. Now, again, you need to look at the second part of the sentence. I would go to college every day. Is it a possible situation or impossible situation? Look at other sentences that we had would here. If Jim had enough apples, he would bake an apple pie. Did he have enough apples? Did he bake? No. Look at this sentence. If I went to a movie tonight, I would watch a Persian movie. Am I watching a Persian movie? Am I going to the movie? The answer is no. The same situation is true here. I would go to college every day means what? I'm not, because I'm not you. So the answer is what? If I were you, I would go to college every day. It means what? I am not you. You're a different person. I'm a different person. But if I were you, if I had the time you have, I would go to college every day. So again, this is another very confusing situation in English. Even some native speakers of English who have not gone to college or school, they can use this correctly. They use the word was, which is not 100% correct. So even though the subject is I, singular. In most cases, in all cases, when you say I, he, she, you say what? I was, she was, he was, it was. But when you use if, you cannot use was. Was is not correct. You say what? If I were you, I would do this. If I were you, I would go to college every day. It means what? I'm not you, and I'm not going to college every day. If I were, let's say, younger, I would go and get another degree. But I'm not young, and I'm not going to go to college and get another degree. So it means what? If somebody used the word were with I or with he or she, it means the situation is impossible, contrary to fact. Nothing is going to happen. Let me read these sentences for you, and then you will continue with the next part of this lesson, which I promised you to teach you a listening comprehension lesson. Unfortunately, we don't have enough time. At least I will introduce the words to you, and then you will continue it next week. But let me read these sentences first. If Sima has enough apples, she will bake an apple pie tomorrow. That's a possible future condition. Means you will get an apple pie because Sima has apples and she will bake them. Sentence number 2. If Jim had enough apples, you would bake an apple pie now. Means what? Jim doesn't have apples, and he's not going to cook apple pie or bake apple pie. Don't wait for apple pie. Forget it. Go to Safeway and get apple pie. Jim is not going to make it because he doesn't have it or have apples. Sentence number 3. If I had enough apples, I would have baked an apple pie yesterday. Means what? Yesterday, nothing happened. I didn't have apples. I didn't bake it. There was no apple pie. There was nothing. Sentence number 4. If I went to a movie tonight, I would watch a Persian movie. Again, went makes it what? Impossible. Means what? I did not go, I do not have time, and I will not go to a movie. So that's a fact. If I went, I would watch. But because I'm not going to watch a Persian movie. And sentence number 5, which is the most confusing one, because you use the plural form of past for a singular subject. But this is because it's impossible. If I were you, I would go to college every day. See, there are 2 things that is confusing here. Number 1, you use for every day, you use were. That's one thing which is confusing. And secondly, use the plural form for a singular subject. And that's why you do this. It's because the situation is unreal, impossible, contrary to fact. And that's how you use conditional sentences. So again, to review this, because we don't have enough time to teach you a new lesson here, the rules are here. If I have enough time, I will watch TV tomorrow. Have, possible, will, watch, possible. If I had enough time, I would watch TV tomorrow or now. Means what? I don't have time, I don't watch it, use past tense. If I had enough time, I would have watched. Means what? In the past, I did not have enough time, and I did not watch TV. Now, I certainly hope I didn't give you a headache, because this lesson is kind of confusing and kind of complicated, but I will give you enough practice in the future lessons, and I'm 100% sure that you will be able to use it. I'll bring you more exercises, more practice, and more sentences, and more situations, so that it will be clear for you. بیننده‌های بسیار محترم تلویزیون نور، هموطنان نهایت گرامی و محترم، درس امروز ما با همینجا به پایان رسید. تا هفته آینده شما را به خداوند متعال می‌سپارم. تشکر.